It's the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. I'm back in the booth with my friend and one half of the co-host, Jet Jackson 3. Say hi to the people.
What's going on? What's going on?
And this game is a game that could be game of the year. And the funny thing is, these teams will play again.
Yeah, this is a much anticipated matchup. We know these are two commissions that we know very well, but they know each other better. They've had a rivalry of their own, growing up, being friends, going to high school together. This has some bragging rights.
Mm-hmm. And I want to point out that they know each other, like you said, through high school. These guys saw EML be born. As you see Fournette running into the Buchanan. Yeah, they saw EML birth, and now we're here to just pick up where they started. But here we are. Buccaneers for the ball first, and if you know anything about the Buccaneers, i.e. Will, we know he loves his offense.
Man, yeah. What he's capable of doing with this offense is very scary to think about, the big picture.
There's
but so many weapons on the field. Gosh, yeah.
There's one.
One example. This one example. You thought he'd be fine with the running back core that he had, and Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, but no, went out of his way and picked up a receiving back, the kind of hybrid that Ty Montgomery is, and still somehow managed for him to get touches in this offense where there's so many people to feed.
Now, before the game, Buccaneers did say he had surprises for the Panthers, and Ty Montgomery was one of the surprises. And also, if you notice, AB is in the game. That's another surprise he wants to implement. Is AB as Fournette. Could have had a touchdown, but runs it right into the tackler. Not what you want to see from Lenny, third rusher in the league. But AB, Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, traded Mike Evans away it was an interesting approach. Kind of what we assumed would be his number one receiver, but went and acquired Deebo Samuel. He still has Godwin, Gronk. Fournette gets tripped up. But, AB was kind of put on the back burner for a little bit. Now this second half of the season, really, the back stretch, only a few more games left. Maybe saving his guys from a little extra fatigue. Maybe AB's implemented in the game plan more often. I'm not quite sure what he plans to do with him yet.
And here we see the first third down of the game. Well, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't using Brown. He was using Scotty Miller. He just wanted to surprise John off guard with AB.
Yeah, we know what AB is capable of. Him and Brady click really well. He just such a good pure route runner in his hands. His IQ, just how long he's been playing the game, such a great combo between those guys. But yeah, Scotty Miller kind of took over that role with his size and speed.
Speaking of Brown, there's in the catch, clutch third down catch from the Bucs. First catch today for 5 yards. Tackled by Stephon Gilmore. Is that the matchup he has him on? Brown on Gilmore? Yeah, I guess so.
That is interesting. Maybe he has it matched up by speed because
maybe.
I think if he did have it matched up by speed, Dante Jackson would be guarding the fastest person, which I believe would
finds a whole Scotty, right? Or whoever comes out to the wide receiver.
Yeah, if Scotty is
Debo?
on the field, I would
Debo
imagine.
faster? Godwin? Who's
Debo's
faster?
Pretty fast.
Let me find the wide receiver core for this very nice.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, however he has his matchup set, this DB core for the Panthers is just a great matchup across the board. Every one of those guys is a great matchup.
He truly has too many wide receivers. He has one. He is wait. I think this is practice squad players. Too. He is Debo, Antonio Brown, Devin Funchess for some odd reason, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, And that's essentially it. And Tyler Johnson, as we see Gronk, the not receiver, but also tight end, catching the ball. Speaking of tight ends, Cameron Brate, the fullback, who is apparently not a tight end because he's not fast enough. I'm assuming that's the reason why he's not a tight end. On the Buccaneers team, at least. He's OJ and Gronk, but Brate will elect to be the fullback, according to head coach. Thy foot got his Fournette takes in the backfield and going for no gain. But yeah, that's a pretty good four-man core. Godwin, Samuel, Brown, Miller, Scotty.
No, that's a really good core.
But the fastest is Miller, is Scotty at 94, and Debo's the second with 92, beating Godwin by 1. So they're speaking of Godwin there. He's running right into that contain to the outside, only a 2-yard rush. I like the play call, though. Jet sweep. You kind of don't see enough of that.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah. I was surprised that he did try it so early on. You know, it does make you second guess if you're on defense. You see that guy go in motion again. Maybe you bite on it with your user.
It was another third down from the Panthers. Buchanan got to guard the slants, and he was right there, but missed it. Godwin clutch third down. That's another third down conversion from the Buccaneers, as they are now on the 1-yard line. And Ike, this Buccaneers offense, like I said earlier, is quite good, but if you have to know, 4th-ranked overall offense, and that's giving them, 7th in passing, 11th in rushing. So pretty balanced. Brady in eye form. Hands it off to not Trey Burton, but a Burton of some kind. Do you know who that is?
I think it's Michael Burton.
He's a fullback?
Don't quote me on it. I believe that is actually a fullback.
But where's Cameron Brate?
You know, I thought he
He's
was
the
a fullback, apparently, for Tampa Bay, but maybe not for goal line. Doesn't trust him there.
5 minutes, 48 seconds, Ike. That's true ball control. True controlling the clock,
yeah,
which is what we have to see in this game, is clock management.
That speaks to how much of a rivalry this is, because Tampa Bay and their offense is normally pretty fast-paced moving up and down the field. And didn't see really any deep shots. Really just ran the ball and then check downs that he turned into bigger gains. So he's definitely taking this Panthers squad seriously, but a great first drive.
And now the Panthers on offense looking to do a little bit of a trap play here as they hand it off to CMC. Takes it to the outside. JPP on the tackle, going for the strip on the first play. Bold move, 6-yard gain. But on the flip side in the offense, Panthers have the total ranking of 18th offense with the 13th rush and 19th pass in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So their offense isn't crazy.
Yeah, they've
Which
really
makes
been
sense.
hit or miss throughout the season. The games that we've witnessed, their offense is really either clicking or it's really holding them back for the most part.
Watch the corner on DJ Moore. Well, maybe not. The safety came over top.
Late adjustment.
He's shading over there.
Lets him
Winfield
make his adjustments.
looking one-on-one. There he is, DJ Moore, the corner out. There was a linebacker on DJ Moore.
Oh, my goodness.
Why'd you let that happen? Why was the rookie try-on veteran DJ Moore, who we know, Ike, is faster than most people on that Buccaneers defense?
Yeah, he came out in a 5-2 look, it looked like. So a lot of people inside the box with no outside leverage whatsoever.
But it was a bunch play with 3 receivers. Might come out in the 5-1 or whatever.
Yeah, I really don't have an answer to that look defensively. But Panthers, nonetheless, great play call, great execution. We got ourselves a ball game.
And and Ike, it's funny that we see that because normally it's the Buccaneers scoring 1 play drives and the Panthers going for long drives. But now we see
the fact that the Panthers were able to pull that off. That's a huge momentum shift.
Slant routes to Gronk, though, on the stick. Easy gain. Tom Brady, 6'7", 44 yards. I think another thing I want to point out, the Panthers' defense is top 3 in EML, with the 5th rush-ranked defense and the 9th-ranked pass defense. So he is 3. He is behind the Titans and the Steelers. Brady looking to throw way underneath the Brown as he gets tackled out of bounds in the end of the first quarter. But yeah, Panthers 3rd-ranked defense in EML. Would you have expected that?
You know, you wouldn't think that they are, just based on their performance. But it's really their offense that has really lost them their games. Their defense has shown up, and they really compete to the level that they're supposed to, based on their opponent that they play. It's really been their offense that's really let a few games slip away. So, you know, not completely surprising, but a little high to my.
A little high. Well, again, Titans. The AFC compared to the NFC, we know is much more stacked, arguably much more better in user talent. But we'll see come playoff time, because some NFC teams might show up playoffs only. Samuel shakes off a tackle, he shakes off Gilmore, and gets about, I don't know how many yards back, 6, maybe 11 even. No, 8. Actually, 8 yards. I was between both. I was wrong.
Yep.
Math is hard.
Manned up on Debo, just tried to follow him across the field, shook off one guy, was able to make some yards after
Yeah, expect to see some man-beating routes, truly. As Reed on the cornerback blitz, usering, tries to get to by the left tackle, gets it. Dante Jackson gripping the ball. Can he juke back in? No, he just goes right into the tackle.
Wow.
Fournette tackling Dante Jackson. What happened on that read? It looked like he had him.
Dante, what do you say? That is his ball. He had 3 routes coming from left to right and had plenty of room to throw it. Nobody was really over the middle of the field. And then by the time he threw the ball, the defensive backs were able to adjust and make a play on it. He just read that play way too late. And huge play by Panthers defense.
Oh, my God. The Buccaneers shifted all to the left, but Latavius Murray gets it to the right. Anton Whitfield is way faster, but Latavius shakes him off. Caught the defense lacking, Ike. Did you see that?
Yeah. The defensive play calls and audibles have just not been right these first 2 drives, and it's led to 2 massive plays, and the second one putting them in scoring position.
A trap play with a man over the center. How many yards will he get from this? He gets pretty good blocking, but CMC luckily rolls over for 2 rushes, 11 yards. And do you think CMC is a factor in this game? Or do you think they rely more on the passing game against this Buccaneers squadron?
He should be a factor in this game. CMC is obviously the number 1 guy in this offense, but I would imagine that is what Tampa Bay is strictly trying to shut down. So who they go to in his absence, as CMC just shakes off man after man, falls forward all the way down to the 1, 1st and goal. But I would expect Tampa to take him away. So if that is possible, if they do limit CMC, who do the Panthers force the ball to
Tremble,
take over this game?
To Tremble, to fucking Tremble on the fullback dive. What?
Oh.
Tommy Tremble cannot get in the end zone.
Tremble with the stem ball and could not get in. A little somersault, but just back to the line of scrimmage, I guess.
Yes.
No, it was one of those animations where they're supposed to fall forward, but there's just so many bodies in front of them, they just could not get anywhere.
Well, let's see if the Buccaneers can force another stop. But Latavius Murray on the backfield, the power back that it gets easy, hits it to the outside. Touchdown, Carolina Panthers taking a 13 pending 14-7 lead. Latavius Murray, game changer in this game.
Exactly,
Who needs CMC?
Why they signed him.
Who needs CMC? Truly.
Latavius Murray proving he's still Still got some miles in those legs, and Latavius, it's a big boy. You don't discredit Latavius whatsoever. He is a hard man to bring down. So if he gets going in the open field, man, good luck.
Oh, Miller with the late hesitation there, almost decided to take the ball out, but we'll take it down. We'll take it down. And we see, look at the zone drops, 20 yards deep. Oh my God. He does not let anything to pass through. That is scary. Derek Brown now, the user. Evans gets it, Fournette splitting the blue sea and getting an easy first down. Yetur Gross-Matos, don't know what he's doing there. Fournette, easy first down.
Yetur Gross-Matos was trying to signal to the refs that was not a first down. But, on a first down run, you might as well just give it to him. You don't want a second and short. And now potentially give them a better first down position.
Tampa Bay back on offense. And that's 2 quick scores from the Panthers. And not really something we've seen. Fournette, another run. Ike, right now for the Bucs, are you playing catch up? It feels like it, right? You've allowed 2 quick drives.
Yeah, I don't know how many times they've been in this position this season. But nonetheless, you have yet to be stopped by the Panthers defense, besides the one pass that you forced. So you really just need to go down at your own pace. Just make sure you're calling the right plays. And the last thing you want to do is give another turnover, make one wrong click, one wrong decision, put the Panthers in great field position again. So take advantage of the clock, move down the field, and just execute.
And forcing another third down this Panthers defense as everyone from the Buccaneers bunches up. Brady giving the ball to Fournette, easy third down conversion. The Panthers just can't force the Buccaneers off the field. That's another third down conversion, about the 4th or 5th one we've seen.
Yeah, eventually, as the game goes on, you're going to want to dial it in and make sure you can get a third down stop. Even if you can just force a 4th down, even if they get it, just putting your opponent in that position that he has to convert on 4th down to see what he has dialed up is a great position to be in.
Brady almost picked off. The user from John Hubdub couldn't decide where to go, just started standing still, just admiring the scenery, understandably.
Yeah, didn't let that guy commit down to Brady and let him get that easy pass off to him, assuming who was Gronk, but great patience. Just let the D end work his way over to Brady and.
That's Ty Montgomery back in the game. 1 rush, 7 yards. Oh man, this is a game, ain't it? A divisional game. Again, the first time these 2 teams have met. And this, Thompson backed off the ball there. Fournette trucking and rolling over for an easy, 13, 14-yard gain on the 34. Now within field goal range. This divisional game could have some playoff implications.
Yeah, most
we don't have to go too deep, but just on the surface level, playoff implications.
Yeah, not only are they fighting for this division, but potentially a number 1 seed. So the fact that the 1 seed could go somewhere in this division, they have to make every single one of these games count.
As we saw that same throw, the stick concept, which switched to slants and thrown to Gronk as Buchanan looking to use underneath. Ty Montgomery slip screen, and Ike we're on another third down situation. Can the Panthers force Buccaneers off the field?
Man,
that will be the name of the game.
You would love to get Tampa to have to settle for 3. Would they even settle for 3 if you gave them the opportunity? I don't know, but you definitely want to put them in that situation where they have to make a choice.
I would, personally. 3rd and 3. And he doesn't really call hard flats or cloud flats here, doesn't he? He likes to keep the zones. He switches to man. He likes to keep the zones in purple.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why in 3rd and 3 or 3rd and short you don't really call the hard flats as he bumps Debo, but it doesn't matter. Debo will shake off his man. And another easy first down. Tom Humble, 12 for 1,500 yards, 1 interception. As Debo now getting the ball in his hands, making something happen.
Yeah, his zone coverage had really been I don't want to say locking down the offense, but really, uh, man, I don't know what word to use.
Slowing down, stalling.
They were giving Tampa some kind of resistance. So the fact that they went to man coverage there.
Ty Montgomery is too easy for Ty on the angle route. The user was lost like Atlantis on that one. Oh man.
Yeah, that's specifically your zone coverage. You have no responsibility over the middle. Ty Montgomery on just an easy little Texas route was really just coming right to him, and just took his user out of the play. Let Montgomery really just walk in with 30 seconds left. That's unfortunate.
And another long drive.
Yeah, props to Tampa Bay. Several third downs that they had to convert on this drive, and especially coming off of a turnover the drive before, there's a little sense of urgency in the back of your head. You know you got to come away with something.
But you were on a tangent. Do you remember? Or did I say one too many things?
I don't know.
Bank of America. I don't bank there personally. But if you do, good for you. There's a stadium. Maybe they'll give discounts to Bank of America members. But Donaldson trying to split this cover 2 right here to tell Raffin, I'm sure there's an angle route coming in. Oh, he could have hit it if he splits that and almost picked off as Darnold. That's his second pass of the day and almost picked off. It goes for a pick 6.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do with this much time left in this half is force the ball into a potential turnover situation and put Tampa Bay in really good field position. So as much as you want to move the ball down the field, make sure that you're doing accurate, safe passes.
That was an accurate, safe pass, but dropped by Mr. Trumbull again, who hasn't had himself such a great day so far.
This is kind of a crucial third down. Whatever it is, it has to be a completed pass to keep the clock running, which will force Tampa to use one of their timeouts. Hopefully you want to convert this. So then Tampa doesn't use a timeout. Maybe you can use a timeout. But whatever this is, it's got to be inbounds and completed.
Darnold, B, the in route, late, Anderson, timeout, for sure, first down. I think Panthers get the ball back, right?
Yeah. Tampa started with their this long, methodical drive to start the game. So Panthers would like to come away and kind of double dip, so to speak. Hopefully come away with 3, given the field position, if any, and then come out of the second half to start.
Oh, Darnold hit as he threw. 2 for 5, 86 yards, 1 touchdown, 2nd and 10. I mean, right now for the Panthers, I think you're just kind of, I don't know, don't go anything crazy, right?
Man, yeah. If you saw the player in the bottom corner, you really saw him send the house there for the most part. So you know that Tampa doesn't want him. Ooh, what?
CMC, one-on-one.
Oh, he almost let him make that adjustment.
What?
Oh.
Why did you throw to CMC? He had B wide open. More or less.
He saw Sean Murphy Bunting sprinting from across the field to go over to guard Christian McCaffrey, and he thought he might have a step on him.
Well, he didn't.
But
I assure you.
No, he really didn't. But he thought that was the right decision. Man, that's unfortunate.
But Montgomery's going to take this clock out as Brady's X Factor is activated, though. That's something to watch out for everyone at home. Well, not yet, because Carolina will take the ball, and Ike. If Carolina wants to win, they're going to have to mimic the Bucs and, chew some of this clock in the second half.
Yeah, we kind of saw it from Tampa Bay, which was an interesting approach from their side of the ball. And Carolina really hasn't been moving the ball through the air very well. Darnold's only, 2 for 5, 2 for 6. And his one completion that really mattered was just a long touchdown play. So I really expect them to establish the run here and hopefully get some yards going in the Christian McCaffrey area.
Yeah, because he's been slow, 4 for 21, but Murray's been picking up the slack when CMC's not there. So maybe Murray's the key to this game. Maybe CMC doesn't really exist. But we're going to have to see the ball spread around for sure. A lot of split carries through different receivers. And you see a lot of different receivers, people catching the ball. Because as soon as you start eyeing one person down, I'm sure Buccaneers will adjust.
There's too much talent on both sides of this roster.
Tries to get CMC in the 2-on-1 situation and pushed back from the two-man tackle. 3rd and 5. I lose it here. Well, here's a 3rd down from Carolina. Can they get a 3rd down conversion here? What the Buccaneers doing all day against them?
Yeah, haven't been put in this situation very much this game, so we'll see what they dial up.
I think I saw the spot and go.
3rd and medium. I think I saw it in the arsenal using the bunch formation.
Let's watch the spot and go from Mr. Anderson. Did you mourn a zig? Weird. Watch B, spot and go. Gets it. Oh my. Oh! I thought he thought he had maybe the safety dived. He dove. I thought he would have had it.
Man, yeah. If Robbie had a rat catch somewhere in there, maybe would have been able to make a move with that safety just
diving for no reason.
A misclick. It had to be, but yeah, it was a very fortunate throw. Darnold kind of stepped into some pressure.
Yeah, almost getting sacked on that play. But great throw under pressure. Great throw on the hurry, hit, whatever you want to call it. As you saw there, the power alert smoke almost worked, actually, because everyone closed into the box, and next guy went to clean blocks, but Murray's couldn't hit the hole. As Darnold looking for probably more one-on-one as he gets pressed. Hold on now. More on the streak. +8 release, +1 speed. Moore beats him off the edge. Oh, there's a safety over the top, and he gets hit as he throws as Khalil Waring. I think that believe is, or whatever his name is. It's a weird first name. I know it's K. Waring, but Darnold kind of bailed out there. Thank you, Madden.
Yeah, once again, come out in a dual tight end look. Weak formation to be more specific. Defense was sending a lot of pressure there. So the fact that it was not only a play action play, but he was able to get the underneath drag off. Not something we've seen a lot from Sam Darnold this year.
As CMC tries to shake one man off, and there's big dude Vita Vea, who IRL probably is the best nose tackle in the league. Do you agree?
Yeah, he's easily one of the most dominant in the league, if not the most. He's just way too athletic for his size. It's ridiculous what he's capable of.
As we see XFL legend PJ Walker in the game. Probably just going to throw it short, I would assume. Don't force anything, right?
Yeah, the XFL standout. This is known as the Cam Newton formation, so the fact that
oh my God,
talent of PJ Walker is in.
Flight hit, ref. Throw the flag.
Once again, a Sam Will Blitz just manned up and just sending pressure into his face, forcing him really to dump off to this short stuff.
But the Panthers' offensive line has been keeping Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, everyone in check. JPP, you name it, they got it on the Bucs. They've been keeping the Bucs defense in check. There's been no pressure at all as Shaq Barrett, speaking of, just falls to the ground. That's a matchup we haven't really talked about, is the O-line, D-line from both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I would imagine that's why he's setting so much pressure, because all those name brand guys you just mentioned, he just expects one of them to get through one of these times, and that it only takes one play for one of those guys to get through, maybe cause a fumble, maybe return it for a good chunk of yards, put them in position, so it just hasn't paid off yet.
So you're going to see a famous jet sweep from this, maybe audible. Halfback dive, CMC to the left. Can he get it? Vita Vea eating up those blocks. CMC cuts it back. Interesting, but enough for the first down. The Panthers been in the red zone, now within 10. Well, Ike, Panthers chewing this clock, huh? Chewing this clock at that. It's like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, chewing it without really chewing it.
Yeah,
They've
successful.
really just been going at their own pace, getting first downs along the way, and slowly but methodically driving down the field.
He's going to try the power alert smoke again, see if that's wide open as it was. And no, not this time. Maybe if you cut back in, CMC, I don't know what his abilities are, but if it's jukebox or anything of the sort, why isn't he using it more?
Yeah, that left guard over there came and pulled across the formation, had two guys he could have blocked, and just kind of froze up. I wasn't really sure which one to block, which only led to a couple-yard gain.
But more on the streak. I'm watching DJ Moore to Anderson, actually maybe to Eifert here. User, B, oh my God. Anderson standing still.
Man.
With a catch in the end zone. Panthers' slow, methodical drive pays off. Clean game so far from both these teams. That's a beautiful drive.
There was a great route combo. He's known for his base-aligned defense, so sent DJ without the corner, lined up directly on him to see if that would free up. And then in zone coverage, you just put somebody in a hitch and see if anybody's near him. Surprised he didn't low pass it there. It was delivered into an awkward spot, but Robbie Anderson, with his sure hand, was able to secure it in the end.
Ike, Buccaneers still had a longer drive than the Panthers.
Did they really?
Yeah, by a couple seconds. But
jeez.
Speaking, Ty Montgomery now getting in the game. Running game gets hit for the first down. I'm really surprised we've seen Ty Montgomery come in this game. And also, Ike, before this game, the Buccaneers signed Deshaun Jackson, who we haven't seen yet. So maybe watch out for him.
Yeah, you definitely got to do your scouting report and be aware of the league transactions before your games, just to make sure you're not caught off guard. We've yet to really see Ronald Jones see the field. Ty Montgomery is really taking over the role.
There he is again.
Checks it down to him again. Just another man-beating route, and that's who his user assignment was. Just got caught lacking.
I like what you said, man-beating routes, because that's what Buccaneers is doing. Because, you got Gilmore, you got Jackson, you got J.C. Horn against Godwin, Debo, Scotty Miller. And, those man-beating routes, I think the receivers, I think they can get past the corners with those routes.
Gosh, yeah, it's just great matchups across the board. Even without Mike Evans here, you're still Debo, Antonio Brown, Scotty Miller, Godwin.
Yeah.
Against all those corners that you named, it's just too much talent.
But give me a little bit insight. Panthers has it lined up by depth chart. Would that be affecting anything from?
No, that's just trusting the scheme that you have set in your depth chart. Who you have at number 1 and number 2 receiver, number 1, number 2 corner. Who you have lined up at slot corner. That's where they're going to be on the field at all times, matched up exactly where you want them. And you're not going to fall for a scheme. You're not going to go by depth chart, by speed, by height, nothing like that. And just what they practice every week is what they like.
As the fourth quarter starts and the Buccaneers are driving, it's 21-14. Buccaneers need to score. Panthers need to stop and have yet to stop this Buccaneers offense at all on third downs. Besides the one pick, Brady's played a clean game of football. Discipline on both sides, not a lot of flags, not a lot of penalties, not a lot of anything besides the one pick. Well, 2 picks, technically. Because Sam John did throw a pick to Sean Murphy Bunting with 5 minutes left before halftime. But does that really count?
To each his own.
Another underneath. There's Burton again. Where is Cameron Brate? Where is Brate? I think it is Michael Burton.
I think this fullback was one of those late game transactions.
Really?
As we saw Deshaun Jackson and whatnot. I think this was one of his transactions, one of those roster moves right before the game.
This Fournette cuts it to the outside. Could have cut it back in. Why didn't he cut it back in?
Yeah, Fournette obviously upset about that one with himself. Kind of stumbled and fell, fortunately, inside the 10. But now down to the 6. Got to execute.
Knocking on Panthers' door. The eyes of the Panthers are right behind you. Fournette, stop. At the 1. Second and goal, no huddle. Brady looking, pinching defensive line. Can he get there? Yes. Sometimes it's just too easy for the Buccaneers offense with Leonard Fournette in your backfield. As a matchup we mentioned earlier, Ike, I mean, no pressure from either team. No fumbles, no sacks. There's been some hurries and pressures, yes, but no, like, sacks or anything that's like, you know?
Yeah, the defensive line and offensive line, you thought would be a great matchup coming in, but the defensive side is really yet to win, besides the defensive backs. This just proves how much a rivalry can change a game.
And as lines up in play action, gonna put max protect 19 the mic. Okay, weird. Here we go. Darnold looking for the crossing. Oh, there it is, Ike. There's Sack Barrett as we speak. There's the D line.
Beautifully coming off the edge. Didn't fall for the play action whatsoever. Stayed true to Sam Darnold and followed him all the way back 9 yards past the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 19.
I was about to say, I can't name a single dude on this Panthers O-line. Maybe besides, like Damian Staley or whoever. I think he's like a rookie out of South Carolina. I couldn't name. Can you name anyone on the Panthers O-line? I can't.
Man, I hope he's still there. I hope I don't botch this, but Taylor Moton, I believe, is a household name. I know he brought over DeCastro.
Wait a minute. Terrence Marshall.
Wow, just a verticals concept. I'm assuming we'll see the play art here in a second, but looks like sure enough, a cover 3 concept, and that verticals just barely outran that defensive coverage. Terrence Marshall, rookie out of LSU. Great placement by Sam Darnold.
On a rope, on a dime. What a catch, what a throw. And another quick strike. The sack not affecting Darnold. Darnold responds perfectly, which is something you don't usually see in the pressure or the limelight of a EML game of the week.
Gosh, I'm very surprised. I know they needed some yards facing a 2nd and 19, but if that play could have gone the complete opposite way, it was really just that close. But nonetheless, they're ahead. But they gave Tampa a lot of time.
There's the defense forcing a fumble, and Ryan Jensen gets touched down by, I think, Derek Brown. Ike, all momentum Panthers right now. It
really is. We've been discrediting these defensive lines, and they're really showing up. I think we have a hot mic somewhere down on the field because they know exactly what we're saying. But Derek Brown, that's exactly who I expected to get through and make some noise for this defensive line.
You didn't expect Guido Gross-Matos or Brian Burns or anyone to go?
As good as they are, just the matchups across the board, interior seemed like the place to be.
Now, Ike, Buccaneers 3rd and 15. Can the Panthers finally force a 3rd down?
Oh, man.
Stop. This might be the game right here if they can force a 3rd down stop.
It is a 3rd and long, so
There's
they
Franklin
need
Myers
just some kind of yards.
Looking the in route. Brown, no way. A choke from the Panthers defense on 3rd and 15.
No.
Why do you call cover 6 and then not use the linebacker there?
Yeah, I think the fact that I'm assuming he got stuck on the defensive line. Maybe he was going through his adjustments. Maybe he was trying to manual rush with the defensive lineman to get some kind of pressure, but just got absolutely stood up. Nobody was guarding the middle of the field where your user should probably be. Let up a massive 3rd and long. Very unfortunate.
There are those, man-beating routes, but never mind. Gilmore wants none of that. He just shoves people down to the ground a little bit. 2nd and 10 now. Clock is stopped. 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Division rivalry game. Finally, I think it's appropriate time after this play, depending on what happens. I'll talk about the playoff implications of this game. As looks underneath the Ty Montgomery for a big gain. These two teams currently fighting, like I said earlier, for maybe a first seed, perhaps?
Yeah.
Seed? The NFC currently in order from 1 to 7. Tampa Bay, Rams, Dallas, Chicago, Panthers, the 5th seed, Seattle 6, and Eagles 7. The Brady looking to Ty Montgomery again. What was that? I've never seen that. Anyway.
Yeah, went for the cut stick there and just warped into a weird animation.
Anyway, Tampa Bay, Rams, Dallas, Chicago, Carolina, Seattle, Philly, in that order 1 through 7. Tampa Bay coming in this game 11-3. Carolina 10-4. What will happen? Who comes out victorious in this game? And what does it matter? As Fournette gets the first? We get the 2-minute warning? I really am just surprised that Dallas and Tampa and anyone from the NFC North, truly. I know I said Dallas and Tampa, but I want to go to the NFC North because Chicago somehow is 8-6 and in this playoff picture.
Yeah, it's amazing that anybody is coming out of that division and has a chance at the playoffs, but because of the NFL rules, it's one division winner guaranteed a playoff spot. So somebody from that division is going to be responsible for the number 4 seed.
As Brady has all the time in the world to throw to Godwin underneath for the easy first down, and since that pick, he's been pretty clean, 22 for 26.
Yeah, really been playing smart ball for the most part, and that's what he's had to do to keep up with the Panthers because they've really yet to have an answer for them for the most part. You know, every time they've scored, you had to come down and answer. You haven't had an opportunity to take the lead because of your early turnover mistake in the first half. So you want to score here, but you don't want to leave Panthers too much time.
As Fournette right up the gut. Not a touchdown, though. And I think Panthers will have to just let the clock run because no he's calling a timeout when he's just going to score again, you know?
Yeah, I'm surprised from the Panthers' point of view that they don't call a timeout, but I think that was very fortunate for Tampa Bay that he went down at the 1, allowed this clock to go.
And Ty Montgomery. Ike 27, pending 28. I mean, we know in EML, no PATs ever guaranteed. Suck up.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm surprised no 2-point conversion was even thought about. Really just sent the PAT team out onto the field.
And Ike, it's down to crunch time. Panthers, 1:30 left, 2 timeouts. If you're the Panthers right now, you have to dig deep to the go-to plays. You have to do what you know works in your heart of cards or whatever. You gotta.
Yeah, if you've had any, if you have any plays that you've been saving, now's the time to use them. You know this Tampa Bay does have some holes in it. You've been able to beat them over the top a few times this game, and all you need is one chunk play to put you in potentially field goal range with 2 timeouts on the clock. Now's the time to move the ball.
Or will we see Ike a turnover finally from the Buccaneers side forcing something? Because it's always a possibility.
They're very capable of that, and what a time it would be for them to get a turnover in this game.
As CMC takes the ball, finds a huge hole, tries to cut it to the outside. Why are both these users cutting to the outside when they have the inside wide open? Why?
It is called an inside zone. Read the right hole. But just follow your guys up the field. There's no way you're going to get around that entire defense and get out of bounds.
Yeah.
So, surprised you don't take just head north and get as many yards as you can. But the decision was made, so let's just keep it going.
As like it's always RB here. Well, it's always 8 RB. That's usually his read. It's never anything else. Slants wide open though. Throws it. Yep, he is.
Jeez.
Buccaneers had that read really well because most people don't have.
I mean, it was man coverage, and it's not very hard to guard a route that just crosses right in front of you, especially from a tight end who's not very fast. Surprised that was his read. He didn't wait for any of those other routes to develop. I guess you're okay with that. It's a 3rd and 1.
Terrence Marshall jet sweep. I like it. He's not the fastest, but he gets the job done, as you saw from that touchdown. See, can he get the first down? Gets a block. CMC going upfield, getting up the block. See, Terrence Marshall just really? He went out of bounds way early there. What? Looked like a quarterback.
Yeah, not only does he not have DJ Moore in on the jet sweep. Maybe that's what threw him off. Maybe he said, "Man, it's not going to be a jet touch pass. It's Terrence Marshall." But yeah, I thought he ran that out of bounds a little bit early, up to the 45. And you have 2 timeouts, so maybe it's okay.
Like, if you're the Buccaneers right now, do you try and stop the clock to get the ball back, or do you keep timeouts to ice the kicker?
Oh man, you're definitely saving 1 to ice the kicker. But yeah, you're either sending the house or you're trying to force an incompletion to stop the clock.
X
so you
was
don't have
wide
to burn
open.
one.
Eifert gets 2 feet down on a rope again from Darnold. X was wide open. Split the cover 2.
Yeah,
Didn't throw to it.
He just went through his progressions. For some reason, didn't think to look over at the post route over on the left. Thought, no way that's going to be open, and threw it into tight coverage. But the tight end Eifert able to secure the catch, get 2 feet in, down to the 12.
Latavius could walk this in if the blocks pick up great here. So just to the left for some reason. Can he find the hole? No, Sean Murphy almost shook the tackle. Timeout Tampa Bay. All right, Ike. Tampa Bay 1 timeout. You think they're going to save it or they're going to use it? You got to save it, right?
Man, yeah, there's not much that you can do. If you call a timeout, they're just going to run another play and call a timeout of their own before their field goal unit comes out on the field. So you might as well save it. You're putting everything on aggressive and sending the house here.
Let me see. He sent the same little blitz. Carolina on the 11-yard line. Ike, even if a field goal team does come out, nothing's ever guaranteed on the RPO. Terrence Marshall again, the guy throws to him, gets the first. It's stopped and what? Wait, what?
Wow, Tampa called the timeout. Not only did he throw the RPO, which was very risky because that could fall incomplete and stop the clock.
Or a pick.
And even a possibility of being jumped by a defensive back if he reads that. Could have just handed it off, decides to throw the RPO, and now Tampa Bay calls the timeout. I'm confused.
And that leaves Carolina for a relatively easy field goal as they're just going to set this up by getting it straight as they can, getting the ball into the middle of the field. At the 6-yard line, there's the timeout from Carolina, and 3 seconds is about all they need from 23 yards out. Like Zane Gonzalez, the kicker from the Panthers, looking to maybe take a division lead. Let's see if he misses this kick here, and if he does, that would be insane. Kick is up, and it is. It's right in. It's so easy. It's so easy.
It's accurate. It's good.
It's so easy.
Wow.
And the Panthers upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Ike, you know what cost them that game? The interception.
Yeah, that was really the difference maker. That was the only possession that they had time on the clock where they didn't come away with points of some kind. And it was the one time that they gave up the ball too early. That's what really put them behind and put them in the rear view. And they were constantly playing catch up. Couldn't force Sam Darnold to turn the ball over when they needed to, and just kept momentum against them almost the entire game.
But both teams, though, great clock management. I mean, I'm surprised it was only 28-20. I mean, like 31-28 on the scoreboard. I felt like it would have been more, you know?
Yeah, I was anticipating a 3-0 game or just an absolute shootout.
In no way it was. You could have told me they would have scored and managed the clock that well. But the Panthers got way quicker touchdowns. They had a one-play touchdown from their first play of the game, I think, or something relative of the sort. Off the pick, that short field. It still took about 2.5 minutes from that. So,
Yeah,
Panthers
Sam Darnold,
upset the Bucs, though.
Yeah, Sam Darnold has thrown them out of a few close games, but against Tampa Bay, the what was number 1 seed, this throne has kind of been reclaimed.
And I think the best part is we see these two teams again in 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness, we do.
Now, everyone, if you've made it to this far, I don't know, comment something funny, hit subscribe, do whatever you must to do. You gotta do. But come back week 18 where we might have like 6 game of the weeks. EML 24-hour subathon coming to a stream near you. I think the closing statements.
No, keep a lookout for the NFC. Some changes are in the air.
Well, I've been one half of your co-host Soren Fly, my other half Jet Jackson, and we will see you on the next stream.
See ya.